Welcome to the Stoicism Embrace channel. We hope you will have fun with us. Enjoy watching. My wife has always been the most compassionate person on the planet. I'm not kidding. Amelia could spend half a day crying over a heartwarming story about an injured chick and constantly dragged home kittens and puppies, which her friends would then put in good hands, as Amelia has asthma and allergies to wool. Noah. I could not complain. She always went to help me if I could not cope with the work, kindly and for the 100th time explained the formulas to my son, although I would have long ago lost my patience, managed to help in the garden, and assisted my mother. In general, my wife was adored by everyone, and I was just proud of her wide soul. We were always friendly and open-minded people, so over time we formed a core group of friends around us, mostly married couples aged around 30 to 36 years old. Amelia was always the heart and soul of any enterprise. "Oh, Amelia's here," her friends would always shout joyfully when we showed up at another party. Now the cooking will go faster. She managed to cook several dishes at the same time and helped others in the kitchen. "Michael, you're a lucky man," my friends would always say. "She's beautiful, smart, cooks like a chef, and she's so helpful, and I, in a big way, got my nose in the air. I was lucky that Amelia chose me." Our closest friends were Robert and Jennifer. We often went on vacations with them, meeting in cafes on Friday nights. Jenny and Amelia loved joint trips to the store where they considerably lightened our wallets. Robert and I would often sit at the bar for a beer. Then, out of the blue, Jennifer announced that she was leaving Robert. Amelia and I were stunned to hear the news. Of course, we knew things weren't going well between them. Jennifer was a tyrant, and Robert often got the worst of her for nothing. But by and large, everyone around us was sure they were happy in their own way. She just packed up and left home, Robert told me in a lost way. It even seemed to me that life had faded from his eyes, a completely colourless look. Jennifer, on the other hand, explained her action very simply. "Guys, I'm sick of him. He's like a bone in my throat." Jenny Amelia urged her, "You've been together for 10 years, after all." So what, she waved her away. 10 years, 9 of which I've been dying of boredom with that bastard, and I want to live, to feel. I want passion and fire anyway. Jennifer was relentless, and Robert got drunk so much so that he stopped showing up for work. "Michael, how I feel sorry for Robert," my wife once told me, and looked at me with her trademark look in which I saw that the program to save another puppy was an act of development. Only now, from dogs, it moved to people. "Honey, don't get involved in someone else's family. No good will come of it." "Yeah, I'm not going to teach anyone," the wife said sadly. "I just want to support the man because he's so vulnerable." This idea I supported, because Robert was not a classic man who could hit the table with his fist. Even the guys and I started to worry about what he might do to himself. So Amelia began to visit him periodically, clearing away the mountains of dishes, helping with the cleaning, and cooking a week's worth of delicious food. "How about I go with you to Robert's tomorrow?" I asked her one day. I looked at my wife's new skirt, manicure for the first time in 2 years. She looked better. "Absolutely not," she quavered. "We're always talking about Jennifer, working out a plan to get her back." "Well, I'll give you a hint purely from a man's point of view." What, my wife frowned. "He'll be sad sometimes he'll even cry, and he'll be embarrassed to lose face in front of you." True enough, I decided that my clever girl had a point. Meanwhile, she was transforming more and more. She changed her hair, updated her closet, and I liked her more and more, as if I fell in love with my wife for the second time. One day she came back from Robert's earlier than usual and walked silently into the room. "My love," I greeted cheerfully, but when I looked back at Amelia, I was numb. Her whole face was scratched and bruised. "What's wrong with you? Who hurt you?" She was silent as a partisan. But just a few minutes later, Jennifer called and asked me to come out to the yard. She told me the delightful story of how she dropped by her almost ex-husband's house to pick up her things and caught the supposedly distressed Robert in the arms of my incomparable wife. The fight broke out, but it was mostly my wife who got the brunt of it. Later, Amelia explained that she wanted to somehow please the unhappy man who had already forgotten what a woman's caress was. Well, and I paid the divorce fee. Listening to her cynical justification, Jenny didn't leave Robert, by the way. She shared later that when she saw her rival, she saw something in him she'd never seen before. He suddenly became for her both desirable and mysterious. Jealousy took its toll. Now the couple lives happily ever after, and I henceforth bypass the ladies because their desire to help sometimes knows no bounds. Dear friends, thank you very much for watching. Leave comments, put likes, share with friends, and subscribe to the channel.